The Makarov pistol shaped the entire Cold War era. But here's something wild. This simple Soviet handgun was actually designed to be incompatible with Western ammunition on purpose. That's the kind of strategic thinking that defined an epic.
That's such an intriguing detail about Cold War politics being built right into the weapon's design. What other aspects of this pistol reflect that era's military thinking?
Well, let me tell you about its dimensions at just 161.5 millimeters in length and weighing 730 grams. It was specifically engineered to be compact enough for concealed carry by officers and special forces, while maintaining enough heft to be effective in combat.
You know what's fascinating about those specifications? The width is only 29.4 millimeters, remarkably slim for a service pistol of that era.
Speaking of engineering choices, the Soviets went with a straight blowback action about as simple as you can get in a semi automatic pistol. After their experiences in World War II, they learned that complexity often leads to failure in harsh conditions.
Hmm. That reminds me of something interesting. Some special forces units actually preferred the Makarov over newer designs specifically because of that reliability factor.
Oh man, let me tell you about the testing process. These pistols were subjected to extreme conditions, frozen in Siberian weather, buried in sand, dropped in mud, and they just kept working. That's why it became the standard sidearm across the entire Warsaw Pact.
While that certainly explains the muzzle velocity of 315 meters per second, they weren't trying to win any speed records, just create something that would work every single time.
You know what's really interesting about the ammunition? The 9x18 Makarov cartridge sits right between the Western Point 380 Auto and 9 Parabellum in terms of power. It's like they found this sweet spot between controllability and stopping power, and
And later they developed that high pressure 9x18 mm7 and 16 variant for the PMM version, right? That must have given it quite a boost in performance.
exactly, and get this, while the standard magazine held 8 rounds, they eventually created extended 10 and 12 round magazines for the PMM variant. There was even an experimental 80-round drum magazine, though I can't imagine trying to conceal that under a jacket.
The whole evolution of the design is remarkable, especially considering its 50-meter effective range with those simple blade front and notch rear sights.
Here's something most people don't realize: the Makarov became more than just a weapon in Soviet society. Special variants were made for high-ranking party members and KGB officials, complete with custom grips and finishes, but always maintaining that core reliable design.
So it was essentially a symbol of authority within the Soviet system while remaining a practical tool for military use.
Exactly. And you know what's truly remarkable? More than 70 years after its initial design, the Makarov is still in active service in many countries. That kind of longevity is almost unheard of in modern weapons design.
Well, that really speaks to the power of purposeful, practical design. Sometimes the simplest solution really is the best solution. And
Let me wrap this up with something that really captures the essence of the Makarov's significance. In an era defined by the arms race and increasing mechanical complexity, this pistol proved that reliability trumps sophistication. Its influence